Starting May 30th, Lyft is removing Tesla Model Y's eligibility from its Black tier.
So that's right. David Risher responded to Sergio's original post on X talking about a video that we made here on the Rideshare Guy about Tesla Y and Black and how Tesla Y models were not going to be allowed on the Lyft Black platform. And David Risher responds saying, completely agree, we messed up, more to come. And we're talking about the more to come right now. Hey everyone, my name is Chris and welcome to the Rideshare Guy. And that's right, we are going to go over what is going on with Lyft, Lyft Black, and Tesla Model Ys. There's a lot of drivers that got worried because the Model Y was going off the Black platform, and it is going to be a problem for drivers because Black pays very well compared to Lyft regular rides. So what's going on, what happened, and then my thoughts overall. All right, so now that we're caught up when it came to the video last week, Sergio's post on X, and Risher's reply to that saying more to come, well, let's go over the more to come. He did follow up, and this is the X post that he made right here, and it says following up. 1, we made the decision in early April to remove the Tesla Model Y from Lyft Black in Chicago and New York City based on rider feedback and high cancellations. We know this isn't what many of you wanted to hear. Get the impact this will have on drivers in those cities. We're going to extend the date to June 30th. More time to adjust. 2, we made the mistake communicating this change, accidentally including drivers who are not affected. And then it takes you to the blog post. So this is the blog post, updates to Lyft Black in New York City and Chicago. And it says in early April, they notified customers in New York and Chicago that they're making the change to the vehicle eligibility of Tesla Model Ys and removing them from the Lyft Black in those two markets. We're constantly working to improve the Lyft experience, and this decision is the result of both data and feedback from the community. Specifically, we saw noticeably high cancellation rates with Model Ys in these specific markets, creating frustrations for both riders and drivers. Let's go on to the FAQs. And says, what is changing? So starting June 30th instead of May 30th, so they pushed it back another month, which is good for more people to be able to take advantage of the extra 30 days when it comes to at least New York City and Chicago. Yes, Tesla Model Y vehicles will no longer be eligible for Lyft Black in New York City and Chicago only. It's only going to affect these two markets. Everywhere else stays the same. So if you're in Boston, Phoenix, Denver, wherever there's the Lyft Black platform, Tesla Model Ys will still be eligible on that platform, just these two cities. So the next one, will this happen in other markets too? No, not at this time. We're always evaluating how to make things better for both riders and drivers, but right now this change is specific to NYC and Chicago only. If anything else changes, they're going to give you plenty of heads up. And why didn't Lyft provide more notice about this? Drivers in New York and Chicago did get the 60-day notice back on April 2nd, but they are going to extend it from May 30th to June 30th because of everything that was going on. And then I received a notice, but I don't drive in New York City or Chicago, so what happened? This is where they claim fault. They messed up. Drivers outside these markets got messages by mistake due to an in-app error. We're really sorry about the confusion, frustration this caused. If it happened to you, we're working to make it right. So that means, again, if you are in a market that is not New York City and Chicago, you are on the Lyft Black platform, you are a Tesla Model Y driver, you will still be able to, at least for the time being. What about my Tesla partner benefits? Well, good news. Your Tesla partnership perks aren't going anywhere. You still get that $1,000 bonus after completing 100 rides, plus all the other incentives. Partnership with Tesla is completely separate from the Black program change. And also, there's going to be a link in the description if you want to get a Tesla that you can add more benefits to that. And even, I believe it's going to have a 90-day free trial of the FSD. So link to use that is going to be in the description below. So in other words, it was just supposed to go to 2 markets, but not everybody. It's an unfortunate circumstance. I'm glad that Chuck made that video talking about that, exposing what was going on, as well as Sergio tweeting that out and David Risher responding with what was going on with the Lyft Black platform and Tesla Model Ys. So in other words, you aren't going to be affected outside those markets. But one of the big things and takeaways when it comes to this is this could be taken away at any moment. In fact, they even said they're constantly evaluating everything. So drivers in Boston, guess what? If something happens, they could say, hey, the eligibility for Model Ys is no longer going to happen in Boston or Phoenix or wherever it might be. So one of the big things that you need to pay attention to when you are choosing a car is don't choose a car based on certain requirements. Choose a car that is going to be best suited for you. Now, if you want to do something like private rides, make sure you are doing that when it comes to the compliance of the laws within your state, within your city, and make sure you are up to snuff on being able to do private rides with the proper insurance and anything that you may need when it comes to regulations in your particular market. With that being said, this was a good thing, I'm sure, for many drivers who are driving on the Lyft Black platform using a Tesla Model Y. And again, if you want to check out getting a Tesla and getting some extra bonuses, check the links in the description below, as well as that $1,000 Lyft bonus, which is pretty cool, just because it's going to give you a little bit extra money off on top of it. So if you're in the market for a new car, whether it's Model 3, Y, whatever it might be something good to check out, depending on what it is. But what are your thoughts on this? Do you think that these in-app notifications that can cause a lot of frustrations and problems when it comes to driving for Lyft or Uber, do you think that these need to be much better handled when it comes to something like that, where it's saying your car's no longer eligible for a particular platform? All right, now that we got dealing with that out of the way, if you want some tips on dealing with drunk passengers, make sure you check out this video right here where I break down a few different types of passengers and what you can do in order to help get the ride going smoothly, not a problem. And we'll see you guys in the next one.